Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm going to show you how I begin my little golden book memory keeper junk journals. Of course, this is what a little golden book looks like when you start. And this is what one of my little golden book memory keeper junk journals look like when it's complete. So you can see I kept the covers, but I expanded the spines. This one has 3 signatures, and it's just filled with memories. So let's get started. So you need to pick the little golden book of your choice first. You're going to need a heat gun, some colorful bits of material, pair of pliers, a screwdriver, a cutting knife, some scissors, a ruler, some thick cardboard. This is the back off of a sketch pad. A piece of Tyvek for support. Now this is an old, this was a Happy Mail I got. I saved the envelopes and I use those. Tyvek is very strong. You can use this on the spine. And that's about it to get started. You're going to be working on the spine. So if you want to preserve the gold foil, and this is really cute. It's got little bees and flowers and chicks and elephants on it. Very cute. So if you heat the foil up with a heating tool, it will start to come away from the book. Once it starts to pull away, you can carefully remove it and save it for later to put in the book. Careful, it's still a little sticky. There we go. All right, now I'm going to save this and use it as some ephemera inside the book. Okay, now you don't need the heat gun anymore. Put that away. And now you can see that the book is bound with staples. There's 2 large staples. So I'm going to take my screwdriver and carefully lift the ends of the staple up. Now you don't want to rip this part off, because if you rip this part off, the cover is going to be too small for the pages. And I see a lot of people, they just rip this part off. But if you do that, then you have to wind up folding these beautiful pages, and you want to keep those intact. So I have half to staple up. And work on this side. Bend that up. Bend that up. Let's see if I can get this out without doing a lot of damage. There we go. And I just pull it out with the pliers and dispose of that carefully. I can see part of it's still in there, and you want to be careful with that. So let's pull that out. And get this one. That one came right out, didn't break. Okay, you're gonna take the covers off. And you're gonna see that there are 2 signatures. Now, in my Jingle Bells Christmas book, I didn't bother keeping the story intact because I actually used some pages from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And I didn't follow the story, the Jingle Bell story. But I think in this Easter book, I'm going to preserve the story. Now, this was written in 1947, renewed in 1975. And this is Margaret Weiss Brown's, and some of her little golden books are the most popular ever. And it has beautiful spring illustrations about what could be in the egg. And I think I'm going to preserve a lot of the story. Look at these illustrations. Pansies, love spring. The little duck, how cute. So I'm going to put these aside for now and work on my cover. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand the spine to 2 inches. I know this is wider. This one is 2.5, but I have 3 signatures. And in this one, I'm only going to do 2 signatures. So my spine's going to be 2 inches. So I'm going to cut a piece of this chipboard here that's going to be 2 inches wide and as long as the book. And this book is, my broken ruler here, 8 inches. So it's going to be 2 by 8. And then I'm going to make 2 supports because you see where the spine bends right there? I want that to stay straight. So I'm going to put a little piece of board on each side to hold those straight. So 1 2-inch and 2 1-inch. Usually I give this part of the job to Mr. Possum. And I draw them out for him. I just measure it and draw them out, and then he takes a razor knife and cuts them for me. So I'm going to do this part off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, so here's my 2-inch spine and my 2 1-inch supports, and these are going to get glued right on there. So the next thing that I need to do before I put my support Tyvek on is to make sure that the support pieces are glued down to the cover. Okay, and the next step, you're going to glue the Tyvek onto this on the inside. So I cut a piece of the envelope that is just large enough. You want to leave just a tiny space here. Don't bring these all the way together. Leave a tiny, tiny space like this. And I'm going to glue this on here, and it's just large enough to overlap those little wooden supports like that. And because this is a little bit plasticky, I'm probably going to use the Fabri-Tac on this one. Let me just put a piece of newspaper down. Okay, I have the spine in the middle, and I've got my two covers the right side up. And I want to leave just a little bit of space to make the little hinges on each side. Okay, I'm going to start on this side. Oops, this comes out fast. I'm going to put just a little bit over the edge here. Okay, I'm going to put some glue on the next piece. Flip it over so I can see the space. Okay, and the last piece. Okay, I'm going to let this dry for a little while, and then I'm going to cover it with a piece of material. I think for this part I'm going to go with this material because the first page has these lovely greens and yellow and pink, and it matches that. So this is what I've done so far, and I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to put this material on. And then I'll flip it over and work on the other side. Now I'm going to glue my colorful material to cover up the Tyvek, and it is a little bit wider, just a touch wider than the Tyvek. I'm going to get that glue down, and I don't know what I'm going to use. Probably just a tacky glue on this. Although it might not stick to this. I guess I have to use this Fabri-Tac. So for the outside, I might go with this fabric with the little very light brown bunnies holding little light yellow flowers. So this way it won't take away anything from the design of the cover, because this is a beautiful cover. Complicated design on the egg and a little brown bunny. But this fabric is very thin and see-through, so I was thinking about doubling it up. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now your material on the front does not have to be as big as the material on the back, because you don't have to cover up these two supports. Plus you don't want to cover up the beautiful designs on the cover. So I think I'm going to measure this now. I want all of this design to be seen, and I'm still covering that little wrinkle there, and probably want to go about up to there. So let me see how this is going to work out. I'm just going to rip one of these like that. It's going to cover a little bit of the books on the back, but not much. And none of the design on the front. So I think that's going to work. And because I'm making double layer, now I've got to cut this one to size. Okay, I'm going to glue the first layer of material down. And now I'm just going to glue the second layer right over this one. Okay, my cover is absolutely ready. Once this dries, I got my sweet little brown bunnies on the outside and my fun, colorful fabric and supports on the inside. And I'm just going to put this aside and let this fabric track finish drying. So this is how I prepare my cover. Now the next part, which will be in a different video and probably won't happen until after Easter, will be making some of the pages. I gather up a bunch of memories from Easter, and then I go through page by page and insert the memories in the story. And I might find something that goes along with the pages. I might leave this as the first page, the original first page. But then I'll be sticking in some pages. So there's a beautiful garden here. So I might put some pictures and family memories with a garden, and then something about bunnies and eggs. It's a very cute little boy. And that part takes me a long time. I can show you in the Christmas book. This is the original page, Jingle Bells, Baby's First Christmas. This was a card for my son's first Christmas. Here I am pregnant with my son, and here's his first Christmas. Picking out the Christmas tree. So all these memories were put together on these pages, and then the pages were sewn in the book. Christmas cards, family photos. There's letters and cards and memories of different Christmases. So I'll be going through and gathering up Easter things and making all the pages and then sewing them in. So that'll take a while, and that'll probably happen in a few different videos after Easter. And I'd like to wish everyone happy junk journaling and happy Easter. Thanks for coming along. Bye-bye now.